Welcome back viewers. Team Project Dhyan is back with another video on the Heatwave Management Action Plan for Delhi. In this video we will discuss the various actions that stakeholders can take for a better management of heat waves. So sit back and learn with us.
The National Capital Region extends beyond the NCT of Delhi and includes its neighboring satellite cities of Ghaziabad, Faridabad, Gurgaon and Noida. According to the latest estimates, NCR accommodates around 26 million people, making it India's second largest urban agglomeration.
Heat waves are an everyday experience for Delhi-ites in summers. The impacts of heat waves are unequally distributed amongst various communities. Usually, it is the urban poor, women, children and other socially marginalized communities who are the ones most vulnerable to it. Observing the increasing trend of heat waves and its effect on the people, many states have devised their own heatwave action plan following the NDMA guidelines. Looking at the regional climatic patterns, dense buildup, and diverse population characteristics, Delhi needs a comprehensive heatwave management action plan. Therefore, this video is an effort to fill this gap and formulate Delhi's heatwave action plan.
Here is a list of initiatives that can be taken by the organizations at different levels to ensure better management of heat waves in Delhi, both in the city centers and the urban villages. Number 1. Initiation of a special heat wave relief organization. Issue appropriate directives to the concerned departments for taking preparatory and precautionary measures for heat wave management. Disseminating public awareness messages on how to protect against the extreme heat wave through print, electronic and social media such as pamphlets, posters and advertisements and TV commercials on do's and don'ts and treatment measures for heat-related illnesses. An action plan for mitigating water scarcity problems in different towns and rural areas where acute scarcity of drinking is felt to be prepared. The working hours for the laborers need to be rescheduled and provisions for drinking water and sanitation facilities at the work site should be provided. Identification of heat wave illness and recordings of casualties. Monitor and coordinate with emergency services. 1077 is Delhi Emergency Helpline number. Activate dynamic strategy deployment plan for ambulance. The power distribution companies need to be instructed to ensure uninterrupted power supply during the summer. Number 2. Delhi Disaster Management Authority. Promotion of research on heat-related morbidity, mortality and mitigation measures in collaboration with knowledge partners located in the state. Incorporate information related to heat wave in the existing website of Delhi Disaster Management Authority. Organize capacity building programs on heat wave prevention and management for different stakeholders. These training programs should focus on medical officers, paramedical staff, and community health staff so that they can effectively prevent and manage heat-related medical issues to reduce mortality and morbidity. Number 3. Indian Meteorological Department. Issue early warning and disseminate heat alerts to all the key stakeholders. Media brief using TV, radio, FM, newspapers, etc. Provide meteorological data for heat wave study and research for better mitigation activities. The IMD is mandated to meteorological observations and provides current and forecast meteorological information for optimum operation of weather-sensitive activities. Thus, it should extend the lead time of warnings, improve the accuracy of warnings, and work towards better communication and dissemination of warnings. Number 4. Housing and Urban Development Department. Creation of small, accessible green spaces by using vacant spaces such as side lots, parking medians, spaces between buildings and roads. Keep large public parks open during peak hours to provide cool resting spaces for the public. To construct shelters, sheds, bus stands with cool roof, developing a strategy to incorporate the green belt concept in urban planning, evaluate the efficacy of these initiatives and the highest priority for locations for intervention. A vital step that can be taken is by implementing building codes that entail passive cooling practices such as increased reflectivity of building roofs, green roofs, natural increased ventilation and rainwater harvesting. Number 5. Urban local bodies. Display heat alerts and precautionary measures at strategic points, water supply to slums through tankers, provision of ice pack, first aid and water at city public transport vehicles plying, provision of vats for drinking water for animals. Number 7. Labor and Employees State Insurance Department. Issuing directives for flexible working hours to restrict heat exposure, proper guidelines need need to be issued for workers to protect them from heat exposure and provision of first aid, drinking water and cooling spaces at worksite. Awareness campaigns need to be organized for construction workers, factory laborers, manual laborers, and workers whose occupations require intensive work outdoors during heat about the risks, signs, symptoms of heat stress. Training on heat illness diagnosis and management for factory medical officers. Department of School and Mass Education and Department of Energy. Restriction of school timing from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. during summer. Encourage plantation of trees and promote green campus. Provision of safe drinking water. Create awareness among people on energy conservation. Frequency and regularities should be maintained. Number 9. Women and Child Development. Provisions of drinking water and first aid at all the Anganwadi Centres, old age homes, and orphanages, display IEC materials at Anganwadis, and encourage integrated child development scheme workers to disseminate heat wave related information with special focus to infants, children below 5 years, pregnant and lactating mothers, and geriatric population to protect them from dehydration. Number 10. Transport Department. Ensure availability of adequate bus shelters with drinking facilities. Ensure that buses do not run during peak hours 12 pm to 4 pm when a heat wave is declared. Display posters on prevention of heat wave related illness.
These measures need to be implemented at various stakeholder levels to combat adverse impacts of heat waves and equip the city dwellers to fight this climate calamity. We will meet you again with another video on phase-wise heat wave management plan that the government can implement to safeguard the public from heat waves. Till then, stay tuned.